Everybody, I'm going to show you how I reduce my crashes in Siege to 0 in Runes of Magic. Before I did this, I would crash three times, like every 10 minutes or something. Every 3 minutes, it was terrible until I did this, and let's just get right into it. First, you're going to want to navigate to your Runes of Magic folder. And this interface folder is where all of your add-ons is. This is the major problem. If you have too many add-ons in here, this is a lot of add-ons for PvP. It's terrible. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is make a copy of this folder. We're going to rename this copy _n for normal. And we're going to go into interface here. We're going to take out every add-on we do not need for Siege. So I think that's good. We're just gonna delete them. Now we're left. This isn't anything important. We're left with this many add-ons, 9. This is gonna help a lot. So to make it so your your ROM client does not screw up with your regular client, you need to go into the settings. It doesn't look like I have ROM open. You have to go into settings, and somewhere in there's a record server button. You need to uncheck that. It cannot be checked with this what I'm showing you. So after we're done here, we want to open up our my docs folder, and there's a Runes of Magic folder in here. This is what Runes of Magic will open when Runes of Magic is open. So we have to make another copy of this. Rename the copy _n, so you always know to open that up with interface _n. So say we want to go to our normal client, we have to make this _s, because that's our Siege Runes of Magic folder, and this is our Siege Runes of Magic interface folder. Now we remove the ends here to go into our normal Runes of Magic client. Okay. So what I'm showing you is for Siege. Say you're getting ready for Siege and everything, and you're just about to log out. You log out. You come into these two folders. You rename your interface one _n, and you rename this Runes of Magic folder _n. And now we look. Okay, there's our _s for Siege. We're going to remove that. There's our _s for Siege. We're going to remove that. And now Runes of Magic is going to open up with their modified add-on folder and our modified UI client. Now to update your client with this the limited amount of add-ons, you're going to have to log in. And from this screen, because you probably didn't do it before, just minimize everything except for view distance. Change all that, take the water refractions out, all this good stuff. This is what I always play in. Resolution wise, I can't play ROM full screen because I like to multitask. Anyway, we apply, we hit play. ROM's going to boot up with our Siege interface, so it's going to look different than your regular interface because there's limited add-ons. We are going to log on to a different character. Why we're logging in here is because we need to make this Runes of Magic folder save our settings because of all the different add-ons. We want to have 2 different settings that we can use for Siege. We need one for Siege and we need one for our normal client. So the main reason I do this is to take away all my crashes, which is done because there's a way less add-on. So for here, Whoa. So for here, okay, we're in the game. There's a lot less add-ons here. On my main client, I change the positioning of the rest of the add-ons I have. So I put these in the area of which my eyes are usually looking at, so I can always know what's up. And I'd put smart buff bars in different locations. So I can have two different settings for these. I can have my Siege client, which shows the position of smart buff bars like this, and then I can save it like this. I can log out. I can rename this to _s, rename this to _s, rename the _n, and remove the _n, and I'll log in, and this won't be here. It'll be just like my regular client, which would be. So it's a flawless change between two clients. It's nice for Siege. So for the record server thing, it's not in there. Go into your interface settings, and you make sure this box is not checked. That's literally it. So you set up all your limited add-ons in a way you want. You can even change your hotbars. You can change the positioning of your action bars. You can change what numbers you want to use. Just make sure you're using less add-ons and you don't ever screw up the underscores at the end of the folders. Make sure record server is off on both the _n client and the _s client. And to make sure that your settings always save, you always return to character selection. You never X out, because if you do that and you get your error report, none of it will save. This always will save, even if you get an error report. So I'm gonna log out, and I'm going to change my settings back up to what I like. This keeps me at high FPS while keeping the game manageable. I can actually look at the game. I have a pretty good computer too, so that helps. Now we're gonna exit the game. We are going to rename this to _s because it's our Siege client. It's our modified client with our lower add-ons. That's the settings of this folder, which is our other _s, which is our add-ons that we want to use during Siege. I'm going to rename the interface to just that, and rename Runes of Magic to just this. Now if you took off record server and everything, when you log in, it should be just like you left it for you when you want a PvE. Might just be me, but I like having it different for PvP because it's a different play style. So we're gonna log back in here. We're gonna see if the add-ons stayed, and if you did it all right, all of your add-ons will be back. How many do I have? All 30 add-ons will be saved, and they'll all be in their original location. Yep. See, I had smart buff bars enabled on the other client. I don't have it here. Fortunately, oh look, I have auto accept on. I guess that's all. I have restack here. I have repair me. There's my scrutinizer. Here's my add-on bar. And if we go into smart buff bars, they're different. They're in a different location. So I'm going to go over this really quickly. We're on a normal client right now. We do not have server save on. We change our details down to low, hit apply. We exit the game. We go to our document folders, _n for normal, interface, _n for normal. We change _s to just nothing, so just interface. We change the Runes of Magic S to nothing. Okay? Remember that Runes of Magic is the settings folder for your interface folder. It's the settings for your add-ons. A big chunk of it at least is the settings for your add-ons. So whatever Runes of Magic is without any underscore, would be the settings for whatever is not the underscore here. So if you mess up and you have this with no underscore and you have this with underscore siege, and you're using the wrong Runes of Magic folder, it will overwrite all the settings you did. So try not to ever mess that up. And if you can't trust yourself, just make copies of your folders. That's what I did. I have tons of copies here, so I never mess up when I update them, so it never gets messed up. So that's how you optimize your ROM client to minimize your crashes. That's at least how it works for me. I don't crash ever in Siege now. Literally, I do not crash at all in Siege. Hope it works. If it doesn't, maybe I can help you, maybe not. It hasn't worked for everybody. I think it works for me especially well because I use an i5-3470, a 6850, I have 8 gigs of RAM. But, you know. So, thanks for watching.